to Wildwood Cottage and welcome back to Wales. It's lovely to have you here. Hope you're all doing well and I hope you're all having a good week. Me and Stripe are back out in the garden and I've come looking for the chickens. I let them out before and I found one round by the gate where the dog is, and he was barking and he was trying to let me know that the chickens were about. And as you can see, they're all having a nice time in the garden, so I think I'll leave them because they can get the garden ready. There's Grace. She came to let me know that they were out. And over there, I don't know whether you can see, but there's a little brown bottom, a little white bottom, and a little black bottom. So as soon as I'm out in the garden, I'm going to let them stay out and I'll keep an eye on them because Grace is doing a lovely job of that soil. Let me show you. She's doing a nice job there, look. So they can stay out. Yeah, so I'm happy for them to stay out for the time being. Stripe is on his post. There he is. I've scattered some food as advised around where he is, and he can get happily looking for his food, and I'm going to get on with the garden because it's a beautiful day. The sun's just gone in, typical as soon as I come out, but I want to clear all this, do that hedge, tidy that border there, and try and get this border tidy here. As soon as the hens are doing such a good job for me, I don't need to. So yeah, it's been dry now for about 3 or 4 days. Excuse the mess in my hair. I had a wash this morning. I washed it this morning, had a shower. And yeah, I'm getting better at putting this on now. I was a lot quicker this morning. It took me about 2 minutes. So once I get a little bit more practice, I'll do a video about how I do my headscarf. But yeah, the sun's gone in. It was lovely before. And yeah, so I'm going to show you a couple of things that I want to do in the garden. Stripe's all right on his post. He can't go anywhere. It's taller than he is, so he can stay there. And I want to show you what I've been up to up the top part of the garden, because I've got to try and make my fences taller to keep him in. Because really, I don't want him to be on his lead all the time. I want him to be able to have a look around the garden when I'm in the garden and not be worried about him escaping. So I've made my gate higher. It was the height of this green bit before, and I've put all this lovely extra wood on the top. So I'm going to get myself some green paint, and I'm going to paint it green or brown. And then as you can see, I've started filling in the gap along here. But I need to put some new fence posts in, so that's what I'm going to do this afternoon as well. While my husband's at work, I'm going to put some fence posts in, and then I can screen this section off along here, all the way along here, and then all the way to that wooden thing there. So that's my plan for today. I've also got to do this side because Stripe, as he gets bigger, he's going to be through this gap and through all these other gaps. So I really need to get them filled in and put some chicken wire up. So I've got a little tiny bit. Let me just show you. I've got a bit of this black stuff left, so I'm going to put that either side of the gate so it matches. And then that other piece down there by the arch there, I want to put that on the field fence along the line of the polytunnel. So I can climb things up it, so I can make the garden a bit more private. Not that many people walk past, but the cows will be back soon, and I don't want the dog being intimidated by the cows. I've got along here to do as well. I've already done here, so I can plant my jasmine along there. I just need to check that the bottoms are sealed in properly and put some logs along the bottom to stop him getting out. And I need to put another fence post in the middle here, and then that way I can then hire the fence along here as well to stop him getting out up there. So it is going to be a bit like Fort Knox, but I'd rather have it that way than have my dog running off across the countryside and getting shot by a farmer somewhere for chasing the sheep. So that's my plans. I've also got to do this gate down here, but I'm just going to do this one with chicken wire. Hire that up with chicken wire. I've done a new garden gate at the side of the house. Down there. I did that one yesterday, so that's a full gate now. It just needs a proper lock on it to keep him in. It's only got a little hook on it at the moment. And my dog's very, 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 very clever, and I'm sure it won't take him 5 minutes to work that out. So that's my plans for that. I need to get rid of all the dead stuff off the plants from last year, but I hated Monty Don's thing, and he said to leave it all on for the winter for the birds to feed on. So, ooh, look, Maria. Look at this peony. There's your peony, Maria, the yellow one that I got last year. Look how lovely that looks. It's come back really well. Ooh, lovely. I am just loving this rhododendron. I think the flowers are beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that very blousy and beautiful? So a lady recommended that I trim it, but I've decided I'm not going to trim it this year. I'm going to let it do its thing because there's not a lot of good growth on it. I might take this branch out because I think this branch is dead. There's nothing on it. So I'm going to take that branch out, but I'm going to leave the rest. And I'm going to let it get new branches, get new shoots, and do its thing. Right, I better go back to Stripe and let him see me because he can't see me at the moment. It's all right, Stripe. I'm in here. Right. So I need to take this out as well. This is a plum. I want to take that out and pop, is it that one? No, it's this one. I want to take this out. This is a dual tree. And I've got this pear, to go in its place. I want this one to go down, I want this one to go on the wall down where the garden is, because this is a dual plum, I think. Yeah, it's an opal and a Victoria. So I want to pop that on the wall down the bottom. I've planted another pear there, and that's the same one, the 2 for £12. So that's that. Stripe's decided he wants to attack his post. Don't you, Stripe? He's not too keen about the chickens being out. Are you, Stripe? He's had a full morning. He has had a sleep. But I think he's getting ready to have another sleep. I try to let him play for an hour and sleep for half an hour so he's not so grumpy. But he's lovely. Look at him. Stripe. Hello, darling. Say hello to everybody, buddy. There he is. He's getting big. Look at that tail. Stripe's doing very well. He's settling in nicely. Oh, he's settling in nicely. He's not quite got the hang of the fact that there's treats on the floor for him. Do you know he's got loads of toys to play with? Haven't you, buddy? Should we untangle you? There you go. Do you know, he's not going to take long to suss that out, that he can just lift that lead off there, you know. Right, I'm not getting any work done, am I? Look at those ears. Those floppy ears, look at them. Do you know, this is what I do all day. I just sit watching him. Right, let's get on with some work. Right, well, I don't know whether you remember, but my brother moved house and gave me some plants. And I've just been having a rummage. And I found some bits and bobs that need to go in the soil. So I'm going to plant them. I'm not sure if I've got this one already. I think it may be a perennial cornflower, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm just going to put it in anyway. Stripe's not very impressed with being outside and having nothing to do. I am playing with him, but I've got to get my work done. I'll never get anything done. I didn't realise that he can just play by himself, you know. Do you, Stripe? Not found the treats yet either. Right, so I'm going to plant this. I also had some white rock, but I'm not sure if this has just died now, being in the bag so long. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this on the surface of the soil and see if it does anything. I'm just going to put a bit of compost over the top and throw it on the soil and see if I get anything, because if not, I'll just have to buy some more. But yeah, with all the bad weather that we've had, I've just not been able to plant anything. So I'm going to plant that on the soil. I've also got some hookerer, the green one. I've got the red one, but I haven't got the green one. So that'll be nice to put in. I might put that with the red one, and then I'll have red, green, red, green. So that's that. I've got some decorative grass, so I'm going to put that in a pot and put that on the yard. I've got another one of these. Now I think this one is a lupin. It looks like a lupin. Not sure. It's either a lupin. It's hard to tell at the moment. Can you tell what that is from that leaf? It's either a lupin or, which is really difficult to tell. Anyway, I'm going to plant it in the perennial border, see what I get. I've got another one of them. Now, I'm not sure what these are. I think these are they pinks, carnations or pinks? So I'm going to put them in the other perennial border and let them grow in there. Quite a few of them. I think that's what they are. I've got geranium. I've got this geranium. And I've got a lavender here. It looks like a lavender. So those lavenders need to go in a pot. So yeah, I think I'm just going to plant these in the soil, see what comes up, and then next year at the end of the season, I mean, I can always decide if I want to move them somewhere else, because, do you know, I think there might be either aqualegia or geraniums. I think there may even be geraniums, you know. So yeah, I'm just going to plant them, see what I end up with, and see what comes up in the summer. Right, let's go and get organised, and then let's get tidy in the garden, because it's April now and it's finally nice enough for me to get out in the garden, get the hedges done. The azalea's starting to come out now, so I want to get the hedge done before the azalea. There's no nesting beds this year in the garden. I think that's because we've got the dog, and because I haven't been putting bird food out for them this year, because I didn't want to encourage them into the garden. There doesn't seem to be any mice around at the moment either. The voles seem to have calmed down. So maybe the dog has made things move on, which I'm happy with, because there they go in stripe. That's a striped food stripe. That's striped breakfast. Where you going, girls? Where do you think you're all going? Where do you think you're all going? Girls, come on. Come on, Bertie. Come on, Peppa. Come on. We're going now. Come on. Are you coming? Peppa. Peppa, come on, darling. Are you coming? Come on, this way. Come on. Let's see what's down here. Come on. Yes, Daisy. Are you being naughty? Come on then. This way. Come on. Oh, there's no fun on the bedside. Look. Scratching things in there. Look. Come on, Lucy. Stripe to have chicken for dinner? Do we, Stripe? Come on, in you go. Go on. Down you go. Go on. Go. Right, you'll have to excuse the noise. There's someone chainsawing at the back. Well, I think they're chainsawing anyway. We lent our where are we? Oh, we lent our log splitter to the neighbour the other day, so maybe that's who it is. Can't remember who it's. It's hard to tell which direction it's coming from, but we lent it to the neighbour down that way. So yeah. Anyway, we're sat in the garden. Isn't it nice? Nice to be outside. Stripey's just down here by my feet, and he's been playing. He's been asleep, been playing, been asleep, been playing. I've got a few things done. I've managed to get the hedge started behind me, but it's like cutting through hard, I don't know, like through brick really. It's really, really hard. So yeah, I decided to have a sit down and a bit of a breather. I had to take my little scarf off because the head was getting too hot. Because the sun keeps coming out, and when the sun comes out, it's really warm. Anyway, I thought I'd show you a new book that I've got, and you know, it's really, really good. It's called Spuds and Spam, Rationing, Spuds and Spam, and it is literally a really informative book about rationing during the First and Second World War and eating for victory. So it's really, really good. It tells you about all the war rations during the war, what they were, how much things cost. So if you want to live by the amounts of the war and try and get things as cheaply as possible, then this book's going to be really, really good for you. I am going to have a proper good look at it. It came a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't had much chance to have a proper look at it. But what I've read so far looks really good. The top of the page there, it talks about the rationing here. It's got some really nice diagrams in it. And you know what I'm like for pictures. I love pictures. It talks about different cookery books, the consequences of rationing. Talks about different things, when they were rationed, what years they were rationed, what years they came back to be able to be used again. Talks about Christmases, bombed food in the home, salvaged food, industrial canteens. Talks about everything. The farm in the backyard, which is going to be a really interesting one. Beekeeping, keeping goats, keeping cows, keeping pigs, keeping rabbits, keeping hens. So yeah, it's a really, really useful book. It talks about more helpers needed for gathering in the harvest. Talks about different authors during the war. Marguerite Passon is a very popular author that a lot of people tend to use. But there was another one called Ambrose Heath. I have heard of that, but I don't know whether it's a man or a woman, but it is a man. I have heard of him, and yeah, so yeah, it's a really good book. Talks about different things that were rationed. So yeah, I highly recommend it. It was a bit more expensive than I would normally pay for my books. This one I think was £8.50 second hand, but they are extremely popular, these books, and brand new. I think it was about £18. So it was definitely worth getting, even if it's a second-hand book. But this is an extra library book, so this is in really good condition. This one came from Oxfordshire County Council Library. So yeah, once I go looking through it a little bit more, I'll do some more bits out of it for you. I am going to put that other rations book that I got late last year, into my shop. So if you're interested in that, then that will be up for sale. I'll just charge you what I bought for it and the postage, what I paid for it and the postage. I'm not going to charge you and make a profit out of it. But I just think there might be someone out there who might be able to use it. So when it's in my shop, I'll let you know. I'll pop a post in the community tab here on my channel. But you know, it's been a really lovely day out here today. I've had plenty of time with the pup. We've been playing together. Just a sec. We've been having fun with his toys on the lawn, and the chickens have been out. He's been very interested in the chickens. At one point I had to try and stop him jumping on them. I think he just wants to play. I don't think he wants to harm them, but I wouldn't chance him. I wouldn't like to chance it with him. So but this is the first proper day that I've actually had to sit in the garden with nobody else around and just enjoy the day. It's so settled. It rained in the night, but it's very settled here today, and I'm looking around and I'm seeing all the different things that I want to do. I want to put a gate on the path down to the polytunnel because my friends, little girls, like to run up and down that path, and at the moment it's really dangerous. So I think if I put a gate on there, it might curtail their enthusiasm to go down there, but also I can put the chickens in the veg garden then, and that'll stop them coming up into this part of the garden where I tend to spend a lot of time with Stripe. So I keep going to call him Sam after my other dog. My husband keeps doing the same. But Stripe, Sam, they kind of roll off the tongue the same way, don't they? So yeah, I've got all my onions and my garlic out in the garden. They're all out getting the rain, getting a good drink. I've got the shallots out as well. I'm going to go and get the leaves for my potatoes later on. I'm going to do the tea soon, and because it's getting on for about 3 o'clock, so I want to go and light the stove and do the tea. And yeah, I think I'll go and gather the leaves tonight for doing the potatoes. And I thought I might try planting them in cardboard boxes. We've got some beer cans boxes, you know, off the Heineken and things like that. And they're really good sturdy boxes. So what I thought I'd try is planting a potato in one of those. And then the box will just rot down and go back into the soil and into the compost heap. But while it's rotting down, I'll be able to grow a potato in there and grow some new potatoes. So that's what I'm going to try with that. I'm doing my potatoes in bags this year. My first crop and my second crop are going to be in bags, and the main crop are going to be in the soil. So yeah, things are moving on. Things are looking really green, to be honest with you. The garden's starting to green up really nice. The camellias have been beautiful, and I think the magnolia is going to take over where the camellias are leaving off, because all the flowers are nearly gone now. But they've been absolutely beautiful since January. I think of them, I don't know whether they're actually called the winter rose, but I think of them as the winter rose because they look very much like roses, and they come out in January, February. But this year they were really early. I think they were starting to bud in December. So yeah, they were really early. I'm flattening his back with his paws in the air like a big cutie. But yeah, as I say, the azalea's just starting to come into bud now, so we'll do that as part of our April garden tour. And I'm hoping to get the wood moved out the garage and get the yard back, because I really want to grow some food in the yard as well. Don't know how that's going to work with Stripe, because he likes to play with all the pots and throw the soil all over. But yesterday he brought some pots in the kitchen and he just threw all the soil all over the floor, completely indiscriminate, and ran off with the pot. I thought, oh, we won't get them. They've got soil in. No, nothing's safe. Nothing's safe from him at all. But all my roses are starting to look really good now. And I've got some new ones to go in as well off my brother. And I've ordered 2 new ones as well. Do you remember I was looking through the catalogue? I think it was in Friday's video, just gone. And I was showing you the shepherdess and the skylark rose and the tottering by gently, and I was torn as to what to get. Well, the lovely Maria sent me some money on Ko-fi into my Ko-fi donations account, and I decided that I was going to get one of the roses because that was what she gave me the money for. So I've bought the skylark, the pink one. They didn't have the shepherdess in stock, and it wasn't going to come back into stock till November. So I might ask for the potted version of that for my birthday. Because I'm of the philosophy you can never have too many roses. You'll always find somewhere to put a rose in and be able to enjoy it. I've got them everywhere. So yeah, that's going to be coming in the post in the next few days. I ordered the potted version because that was all I had left. So it's going to come in a pot all ready to go in the ground. And what else did I order? I ordered another one. I ordered another climber, a 15-foot climber, and that's going to go down by the polytunnel. Or in there, behind you on the yard, and grow it along the fence which I'm putting up to keep Stripe in the garden. Because we have a wall, as you know, if you've been watching for a while, and it's only about 3 or 4 foot tall, and in no time he's going to be able to get up there and walk along the wall, and I'm worried about him just getting up down the other side and going off across the fields. So we're putting a 6-foot fence up to keep him in and to stop him being able to get on the wall. So I just thought I'd do more of a vloggy video today rather than showing you around, because I'm just enjoying pottering, to be honest. There's not much going on. yeah, me and Stripe, we're going to get back into the garden. We're going to go and do some more on this border over here, get the hedge finished, and then I can get all the hedge clippings up the field and pop them on the farmer's bonfire, because that's what I do with them. I don't need to burn them here or compost them. I can just take them up the garden and go up into the field and get rid of them up on his bonfire, because he doesn't mind. And there's always plenty of hedge clippings in this garden. I only do it twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year if we have a really fast growing season. But I find the hedges, they only need cutting twice, once in the spring and once towards the end of summer. But if they grow really prolifically in the middle of that, then I will trim them again. But yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed my video. And me and Stripe, we're going to go and get on with a bit more gardening. So I may do a couple more vlogs throughout the months of April, and maybe do a Wednesday, Friday and Sunday just through the month of April, and show you things as they come into flower, as they come out, and show you the garden coming back to life after the winter, because it's been a very long winter. We seem to have just had rain since July last year, and it feels like it's been a very long, dark winter. So it's really nice to be back in the garden, be sat here talking to you, actually outdoors, with no jumper, no coat, no hat, no scarf, just sleeves on my blouse, and enjoying the garden. So yeah, me and Stripe are going to go, and we'll see you in the next video. Do like and subscribe, do hit that notification bell, and that'll let you know when I upload new videos. And I will see you in the next video. So take care, bye for now, bye bye.